This week on the Star Wars Hoth MOC, we've got lots of stuff to do after we put this giant white snowball head, which is also known as the ion cannon, down in the MOC. So we have some cleanup to do up here on this mountain and various places around the MOC that Assistant's going to tell you about. Not to mention we have to clean up this mess. So let's get building. So there are only 7 episodes left in our LEGO Star Wars Hoth MOC, and we're getting a little sad. But not to worry. There's lots of things you can do when you're done watching this Hoth MOC. You can go back and watch the Tatooine MOC. We also have a new MOC coming up in October. So don't worry, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. And don't forget, the first week of October, we're doing our grand finale. We're going to do a cinematic fly around of the entire MOC, both high and low. So let's get Assistant in here, start cleaning up this MOC. All right, Assistant, so, I wanted to talk about what you wanted to clean up on this MOC. There's lots to clean up, but before we get to that, let's talk about this.
The ion cannon. There it is, folks. Very large white sphere, which is going to be the main gun, or is the main gun of the base. Here it is. Now that we have it sitting in its platform that we've assembled last episode, there we are. We need to, kind of get this guy where we want it. And then, once we get it where we want it, we have to kind of start building a mountain around it. I think what I'm going to do is build this wall up a little bit more and kind of build it across, and then continue the mountain up kind of to this level and wrap it around a little bit into here, and then similar story, kind of have a little bit of mountain build up right over here, as if that's kind of like a cutoff in the base, and then this is going to be exterior mountains coming along through here and then kind of around the side. So it will be nice, but it will still be like we're getting a cut into the mountain.
So you have to build it up high enough to block the
basically
opening in the back.
Right here, yes. This is gonna have to be built up. Basically, that's gonna be the lip, and then we're gonna have, some right there. It's gonna be a little bit of an extension. I don't think we'll build the mountain all the way across. I think that would cast too much of a shadow, but it would be cool.
Agreed.
It would be structurally a bit much. And yeah, so we're just gonna be building it up over here. So
but that's in the future, right? That's not this week?
That's in the future. But for today, we're gonna be filling in the detail around the shield generator. I wanna get some some more of this stuff in up and around the shield generator. Just make it look like it's carved into the mountain. And then I also do wanna add in that underhang right in here. I want to add in some ice crystals hanging from the ceiling just to make it a little bit better, looking over there. Something similar to this, but we're gonna have something hanging there. And then I want to add in some detail and greeble around this area here with Chewbacca and Han Solo, just kind of to fill out that area just a little bit, to give it a little bit more texture and kind of separate it from this area. I want it to looks like its own scene, so it draws your eyes a little bit more than the main scene. And then I think we are going to be removing the fire, just because all of the comments that have been saying, remove the fire! So we're going to remove it. So there's a ton of stuff to do.
Can we keep one thing?
What?
I don't know if people even saw this. See the guy that jumped out of it and he's on fire?
Sure, we can keep him.
Yeah, maybe he could be on fire.
But yeah, the ion cannon is looking really good next to the shield generator, at least I think scale-wise, because as you can see, we're gonna have that ion cannon just kind of on the opposite side of the shield generator, and it's gonna look really, really good. So I think the ion cannon is the right size. What do you think, Leaky?
I think it's freaking huge.
Well, that doesn't matter because everything else we have is huge. I mean, look, that's what's hanging from the ceiling.
I think once we get the black gun part on here, which we are having a special visitor in September in Target Legend, and I think I'm going to have him help me put the big black gun on here. That'll be like 2 weeks before this is done.
Yeah, and that's a large frame right there, as you can see. But yeah, we have to wait for an order to come in, so we're gonna do the small stuff. I'm gonna get started over here and finish up the detailing in there, and then we can build down our ice cavern.
No, Lobarks is always scratching at the door. Always scratching. Yep. There's a Lobarks at the door. So, Assistant, are you glad that we only have 7 episodes left, or is it kind of depressing?
Yes. I want Legos to stop.
The weekly grind is horrible. They give you all kinds of deadlines in college, don't they?
Yes.
You know, I put the iron can on as a helmet last week, Assistant. I don't know if you knew that. I was all alone in the basement, so I put it on like a helmet.
It's pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
It does have some holes.
Yes.
But
Those will be filled in.
probably. Or not.
Or not.
So I don't know if these slope pieces I'm using over here look good. So I don't know if these look good or not, but I'm gonna stop using them because we didn't actually use them anywhere else. So it might be like a jarring feature.
I used them in a few places.
Yeah, but none like
Here
on
and
the
there.
edge of the cliff of the mountain.
That's true. Not.
So I think
tons
it's
of
gonna
them.
be just like a small little feature.
You know where we did use them was right here at the top of the lava cave.
Ah, aha.
See?
That was to cover up stuff. But anyway, we're gonna continue. All right, so there we go. There's now detail in and around the shield generators here. A few strategies I used are just pushing the cheese slopes kind of up against all of the inner components and circuitry of the shield generator, just to kind of make it look like it's been integrated into the landscape a little bit as the wind blows and stuff. But it's still, you know, an identifiable built object. It's just the environment is kind of accepting it. So that's a good look, and I think that is going to kind of finish off that level, and we can now start moving up to the ion cannon level, which is going to, of course, be in the future. But for now, I still want to build out some detail in here just to kind of make it an identifiable separate area from the rest of the MOC, with the scene with, you know, Chewbacca and Han here blowing up the probe droid, because in the actual scene, this was kind of like snowy out, so I want to kind of add some snow on the ground here in comparison to the rest of the MOC. So that's what we're going to be doing next here. All right, so first things first is I just added some 1x1s all around the area just to kind of give it that base layer of texture. And next, I'm going to add a ton of these guys. All right, so I just added in all of those 1x1s along with some cheese slopes, and then some added details with just some plates there to make it a little bit higher. But as you can see, now that area has its own little look to it. So the scene with the probe droid and Chewbacca and Han here is kind of separated from the rest of the MOC. Because remember, when the fighting was going on, it was a clear day. When these guys were shooting, it was not clear. It was just before the storm happened. Because remember, that scene was going down right when Luke was lost out in the snow, getting eaten by wampas and seeing ghostly apparitions. So we're gonna have to come back and add in that snow detail over here as well. And we're probably gonna leave this little area alone. But it does look pretty good. But for now, that is why we added all that foliage and roughage over there. I just wanted it to look a little bit different and feel a little bit different from the rest of the MOC, just so, you know, there's a reason for your eyes to go over here and see this, because this was kind of one of the first scenes we added on the entirety of the Hoth MOC, and it has grown so much since then. And I know what you're thinking, little plastic hand fellow. It is absolutely crazy, the madness that you have begun a part of. But now that that is done, we can get on to what Leaky's been working on with our ice brick underneath that little hanging inlet there, because that doesn't look very good. And I want some more details, and, you know, to overall complete the Echo Base feel and the Echo Base, you know, kind of interior ice cave kind of look it has, because in the movies the ice ceiling is pretty low, so I want there to be stuff hanging from the ceiling. So let's see what Leaky has.
So, Assistant, you gave me a challenge to make another little ice flow icicle thing like there, but I had to make one much longer.
Yes.
So there it is, and 2 sides, and it should fit right up under here.
Oh, very good.
Oh boy.
You hear that, boys in the trench? There's more things to worry about than the invading walkers, such as falling ice cliff faces. All right, there we go. And now we're gonna set it in. And ever so gently, and with the force of a delicate angel like you're lurking with plastic.
So assistant, how come I'm the only one that always breaks stuff?
You may apply 18 metric tons of pressure. And they're plastic Lego toys.
I see.
So they don't exactly fare well, unless you glue them, which is the only answer. But yeah, there we go. There's that little ice shelf there, which I think adds a little bit to the area. And there is some icicles dangling down a little bit, so pretty good. You know, I'd say that that is definitely what that area was missing. We're gonna have to add some more, maybe in the future, but I think that isn't going to be done until we really finish off this mountain area in the next upcoming weeks to kind of encapsulate this big ion cannon here. Just because I don't want to, you know, have anything overlap and have it be removed. We're just gonna do that after we get everything built up.
So assistant, I have a question. Are we gonna want to, this under here kind of layers up, so I don't think we're gonna have any icicles or anything under there. And I think that's more of a carved area.
Yes. There's no icicles to be hung down there because, well, where are we gonna hang them from? It's already been built. This thing is already on top of it. It's like when you realize you build a building in New York City and you realize that you have to go through in the middle of the night and weld all the bolts over it, else the building will fall down. We're not gonna go in and start gluing icicles to the ceiling. It's already been done. We're just gonna have to suffer the consequences.
No more glue.
Yeah, so.
And I kind of like it like that. I kind of like that look.
Yeah, it works. It works. It's just a little overhang. It was more, you know, solidarity to make sure everything was gonna hold together. And I think that's what's been done here. We really needed something solid that's gonna not fall apart.
Well, and I think it holds, this thing is not light, and this
No,
holds it pretty nicely.
And this is not like it's a fragile thing here. Kaboom, it all completely falls apart, but you know, it can be moved. So that just kind of sits on top of there. It's just a little heavy. So everything is kind of coming together here with the ion cannon. I think it's actually facing this way, something like that.
Slight angle.
So yeah, there we go. There is the ball. You just gotta encapsulate it with fountain.
So we have one last thing to do, something that has been a sore spot with our viewers, and really myself, which is removing all the fire from the downwalker. I think it was a good idea.
It's just hard to execute.
Yeah, it was very hard to
It'd
execute.
be really cool. It'd be really cool if Lego had easier fire building pieces, because those are like, you need clips to lock into, which is just not fantastic.
No, I mean, what if they had these fire things, but in like translucent, like smoke, like black, which I don't think they make.
They might, but it'd probably be expensive.
All right, I'm gonna take these out, and then assistant, we gotta put a minifigure down.
Yay.
All right, so there you go. Back to his non-fiery mess. I think he's pretty much like he was before. I did leave, it's not General Veers, it's some other guy, the pilot. I had to have something on fire. And Wedge and Dak are still, got him lined up in his sights. So that is going to do it for the build portion. Quite a bit we did today, assistant, a lot of cleanup.
Yup, and now we have to place down the minifigure. Or
Yes.
minifigures. I think we should just use one of these, just because we do need more Rebel Troopers.
And we got 5 of those left.
Yeah, we do have 5 of them left. We do have, you know, we've gotten so many of these over the years. So really, we don't need any of the pieces it's going to give us.
Well, I think Target Legend,
We need.
see this piece right here, assistant?
Yeah.
This actually is part of the ion cannon gun. So it's a good thing we have a lot of those.
Yes, we have tons, but we really just need the minifigure pieces out of here. So I'll pull them all out and assemble our cast for today. All right, so here we are. Here are 3 figures. As you can see, each of them are going to be doing a different task. First up, our lady here is going to kind of be late to the party. She's going to kind of be running a little bit from the side here, kind of in towards the group. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to move her just a little bit forward there. We're kind of just running in towards that pact. I think that looks pretty good. And then of course we got another one of these fellows over here, and I kind of want him just to be walking around with kind of like a power suit back there. Actually, it's kind of in the same line with him, so we'll have him just kind of like walking as if he was coming from back behind the X-Wing. We kind of want to give him some motion. Just like that. There we go. He's on the move.
That's the only guy with a red box.
Yes.
Interesting.
Last but not least, I kind of want this guy to be bent over here, kind of tending to some things. Just working in the corner a little bit on some items. And there we go. Just like that. It might not look like it, but 3 more Rebel Troopers have been added, and we are going to continue to do that. As you can see, as we've been adding more Rebel Troopers throughout the series, it's getting that look of congestion that I really, really wanted. Even though, you know, some of the minifigures don't really appear to be doing much, but I assure you they're all doing something very important.
I think we still have 12 more to go. And then one other note assistant, Target Legend, is paying us a visit towards the end. And he's got a couple of extra minifigures for us, some specials.
Oh, some special figures, eh?
Yeah.
I see.
I don't know what they are, but we'll see.
Yes, very special figures. So yeah, and I think there is something I wanted to gift Target Legend when he does come down here.
I think we should give him Lobarks.
Yes, Lobarks. But yes, there is something I wanted to gift Target Legend when he comes down here, and it's going to be epic. So you're gonna have to wait and see that video. But anyway, guys, with that, that's going to do it. If you like what you saw today, then you should definitely consider subscribing, because we're actually coming towards the end of our Hoth series here. But don't worry, there will be much more to come. So definitely stay subscribed, and you can see the end of the MOC, which is going to be cool. And wow, look at that over there. That's starting to look really crazy. But anyway, guys, I will see ya in the next one. Have a good one.